Fine, good morning to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and you all are doing well. So I hope by God's grace you all are safe. So pray to God daily for your health, your studies, your food, your parents, each and everything. Okay students? So warm greetings to you all students. Welcome to our today's online class. Okay, so this period is computer science for you students. So now we are studying about chapter 6. So what's the title of our new chapter students? Specification and abstraction. So in this chapter what are things you have studied today? So last class you have studied about what are the things? So what do you mean by algorithm? Then what do you mean by how you need to process algorithm? So some algorithmic problems this and that you have studied this in the last class. So today also first we are going to study about one algorithmic problem. Okay. So last class you have studied one algorithmic problem. Sorry, remembering goat wolf problem, farmer goat wolf. Yes. Today we are going to study about Chamlands of Cromland problem. Okay. So the same thing you are going to study in 12th standard also. So please listen carefully students. Okay. Same question you are going to study in 12th standard also. Okay. So what's the question means? Listen carefully. Okay. So a place called Cromland of Ireland. Okay, so what's the name of the place? Island of Cromland or Cromland of Ireland. Okay, so in that place you all know about Chamlands. What do you mean by Chamlands? So Chamland will change the color. Okay, in Tamil we can call it Pachondi. Okay, so what do you mean by Chamlands? The Chamlands can change the color based on the situations. Okay, so here consider three different colors of Chamlands. Okay, so in this problem how many different colors of Chamlands we are taking? Three different colors. What are they? Red, green and blue. Okay, three different colors of Chamlands are there. Okay, so in this problem what's the condition means? Listen carefully. When so how in the question they have given three different colors of Chamlands. So among that any two colors, okay, maybe it's a green or red, okay, otherwise blue or green, like that two colors of same number. What's I mean by same number mean? For example, consider red 5 Chamlands are there, green 6 Chamlan, then blue 6 Chamlan, like that it will be there. So they are consider or they are arrange some meetings among them. Okay, they are arranging some meetings among the three Chamlands. In that meeting, so any two colors of Chamlands are in same number. Okay, what do you mean by same number? For example, red and green you take. Okay, two different red and green you take. Red also 5 numbers are there and 5 red Chamlan and 5 green Chamlan. Okay, both are same. So if the meeting, if both the colors are same number, so the both of them are automatically will change to the third color. Okay, so example you take red 5 Chamlans are there. So 5 red Chamlan and 5 green Chamlan. Okay, 5 red Chamlan and 5 green Chamlan. So they are arranging meeting among them. So they are equally number. Red 5 there and green also 5 is there. So they are equal in number. So if they are equal in number, automatically they will change to the third color. So red and green, they are in equal number. What's the third color students? Blue color. So automatically they are changing their color to which one? Blue one. Understood the problem. So three different colors of Chamlands are there. They are arrange the meetings among them. So in that meeting two colors are equal in number or same in number means automatically they will change the color to the third one. Okay, so what's the question means? So you need to write an algorithm or you are going to write an algorithm. At last all the three Chamlands need to display in the same color. Maybe all the three of them may be in red color, all the three of them may be in blue color, or all the three of them may be in green color. Okay, that's a problem. At last you should you are going to write an algorithm. At last you should find or you should make them to meet all the Chamlands in a same color. Okay, so you are using some techniques or anything, or you are going to write some algorithm. Okay, so initially this much of Chamlands said they are conducting the meeting. So at last anyway you need to get the answer. All the numbers are in equally number. So all the colors are in equal number. Red maybe in so at what they said, at last all the three Chamlands need to display in the same color. Okay, so the solution of this problem you are not going to study now. So that you are going to study in the next chapter. Okay students, so last week you have studied one algorithmic problem, farmer, goat and wolf. Today you have studied Chamlands of Cromland problem. Okay, so now you are understood the concept, isn't it? So what do you mean by algorithm? So algorithmic problem is just like a theoretical problem, but you need to think. So this way only you need to write the solution. Understood, students? Okay. So next topic is building blocks of algorithm. This is a very, very important question. Building blocks of algorithm. Okay. So in the building blocks of algorithm, if you see, means there are totally 4 main building blocks are there. Okay. If you need to build a house, which is the basic building block, basement. Basement is the basic building block, isn't it? Likewise, if you need to construct an algorithm, okay, so there are basically 4 building blocks are there. Okay, so what are the 4 building blocks? Means data, variables, control flow and functions. Okay, students, what are the 4 important building blocks? Data, variables, control flow and functions. Okay, so now we are going to study about each and everything in detail. First, what do you mean by data? Okay, so before you are going to study about data, you should know the definition of computer. Just to recall, already have studied the definition of computer, isn't it? So just you need to recall what's the definition of computer. Okay, just you recall the diagram. So the computer always accepts the input data. Maybe in the input data in form of whatever, maybe it's a number, text or whatever maybe. So this input data is given to the CPU. CPU will process the data. Once they process the data, you will get the output. So what are the things are happening? Input, process and output. Okay, so algorithm also, if you need to get the proper solution of the algorithm also need to work in the same way. Algorithm has proper input, then if you get the input, the algorithm process the data, at last the algorithm will produce or give the proper output. Okay, so if you take computer, means the computer will give lot of instructions. For example, you are walking in the road. So traffic signal is there. The traffic signal, what are the instructions is there? So here you need to stop. Red color means here you need to stop, isn't it? Likewise, you need to go straight or go left, turn right, isn't it? Lot of instructions are there. Likewise, so computer also give lot of instructions to do the particular task. Okay, for example, they are telling if you are going to do some arithmetic calculations. Okay, you are going to do some arithmetic calculation. What do you mean by arithmetic calculations? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. This and that we are calling as an what? Arithmetic calculation, isn't it? So, if you need to do arithmetic calculation, which is the important data. So, if you need to do addition, which is the important data, without numbers, whether you will add something? No. Without numbers, whether you will subtract? No. So, for all, you should require numbers. So that numbers we are calling as an what? Data. Okay, so you can able to add 2 numbers or subtract 2 numbers or multiply 2 numbers. This and all we can normally call as what? Datas. Understood? Data means it's a common or proper thing or a most important thing of particular algorithm needs to work. Okay, otherwise we can say the data as a instructions. It's a type of instructions you are giving to do the particular task perfectly. Okay, for example, only they are telling if you need to do some arithmetic calculation, maybe addition, subtraction or multiplication or division, which is important data, numbers are the important data. Okay, students. So next one is variables. Okay, so what do you mean by variables? First one is variables on named boxes. What do you mean by named boxes? Means listen carefully. So if you are going to add 2 numbers A and B. Okay, so how you will represent, for example, A equal to 5, B equal to 10. So how you will add, students? A plus B. Isn't A equal to 5 and B equal to 10 means how you will add A plus B, 10 plus 5. So to represent the value 5, you are assigning a variable A. To represent the value 10, you are assigning the variable B. So A equal to 5 means what's the meaning, normal meaning? The value of A is 5. So B equal to 10 means what's the normal value of B is 10. So these are the named boxes A and B. Variables you are using, no? So A, B, that are called variables. The variables, what are things you are using, that are called what? Named boxes. A and B is a named boxes. For storing data, the value 5 and 10 is stored in a data what? Or storing in which variable? A and B. Okay, so you are going to add 2 numbers. So A plus B, 5 plus 10. So 5 plus 10, at last you need to store the result in one variable. Okay, for example, I am assigning the variable C. So what's the value for A plus B? 10 plus 5, 15. So 15 I am storing in the variable C. So C equal to 15. So how many variables are there? A, B and C. So A and B you are giving assigning the value A equal to 5 and B equal to 10. Finally you are storing the answer C equal to 15. Okay. So these are the named box. So in the memory how it will store means if you are giving like this. So in the memory first it will store the variable A. So in the place of A you need to store the value 5. So in the place of B you need to store the value 10. Then in the place of C you need to store the value 15. Okay. So here what is the data? What are the data you are storing in the variable? That is called what? Value. Okay. For example A equal to 5. So what's the value? So what do you mean by values means, for example I said no A equal to 5. So 5 is the value. A is the variable. So the data stored in the variable. So A equal to 5 what's the data you are storing in the variable A? 5. Isn't it? So that we are calling as an what? Value of the variable. Understood students? A equal to 5 means the data you are storing. 5 is the data you are storing in the variable A. So we are calling as an what? Value of A is the variable and 5 is the value of the variable. Okay, so if you need to use some values, you should use one operator. For example, how you will assign the value? A5, A equal to 5, isn't it? So which operator you are using? Equal to, isn't it? So if you need to assign some values to the variable, you should use one operator called what? Assignment operator or assignment statement. Which is assignment statement, students? Equal to. Understood what are things you have studied here? Variables are the named boxes. To store the values, you should give some name for the variable. Maybe it's a B, C, D or whatever maybe. Okay. So, if you need to store the result also, you should declare some variables. So, the value or data you are storing in the variable, we are calling as an what? Value of the variable. Okay. So, if you need to assign some values, you should use which operator, students? Assignment operator. Which is assignment operator? Equal to. Okay. Then, so next you need to study about state. What do you mean by state? So in the real world, you can able to represent each and everything in the state. Okay, students. So the real world, you can able to represent each and everything in the state. Okay. So once the state changes, particular process will evolve. Okay, so each and every state you are representing the variables. Okay, for example I am telling the traffic signal. Okay, traffic signal consists of 3 colors of light. What are they means? Red color, then amber. One color is amber, one color is green. One best example I am telling, then only you will get understood. Okay, so listen carefully. So traffic signal is there. Okay, so what are 3 colors of light? Red color, green color and amber color is there. So what's the use of red color? So once the red light blink means you need to stop. So once the green light blink means you need to walk. Amber color means the vehicle can move, isn't it? So here the 3 things you are representing in a state. Okay. For example, red color is a one variable. What are the 3 variables you need to represent? Red, amber and green. Okay. So red color is a one variable. Then green color you are representing in one variable. Then amber color you are representing in one variable. So each and everything you are going to represent in a variable. Okay. So this process, what's the process name, students? Traffic signal. Okay. So this state will change. So whether green color, red color and amber color same times it will blink? No. Any one color can blink at a time. So once the state change, the variables also will get changed. Okay students, so next we are going to study about state in detail. So here the state means they are detailedly explain about the traffic signal. Okay, what are 3 states I said? Green, amber or red. Okay, so green you are representing in a one variable. Then amber you are representing in a one variable. Red you are representing in one variable. Maybe you can represent a same variable. A equal to green, comma, amber, comma, red. So otherwise you can represent A equal to green, amber equal to, B equal to amber or C equal to red. That like also you can represent. Okay. So this variable or value of the variable, for example you are representing A equal to green, B equal to amber, C equal to red. whether that only already I said, whether these three colors are blink at the same time. No, at the same time only one color, or at a time only one color only blink. So this variable at a time any one of the variable becomes active, isn't it? Remaining variables becomes inactive, is it? So we are telling sometimes the state becomes green color, sometimes the gray state become red color, sometimes the state become amber color. So state changes, based on that the process also change. What's the process? Red means you need to stop, amber means you need to, the vehicle needs to move, green means you need to walk. Okay students, that is called state. So next one is control flow. What's the last thing? Control flow. Okay, so control flow means listens. So what are the, already have studied about set of statements, instructions, algorithm. So each and everything you need to give some set of instruction. For example, you need to prepare a coffee means, so first you need to give the instruction. So what are the ingredients you need? So take a bowl, or pour a water, then put tea decoction, put add sugar, like this is, and this and all instructions. Okay, so likewise algorithm, in algorithm we are saying as a instructions are statements. Okay, for example, you are writing some algorithm. The algorithm will contain nearly 10 lines. Okay, algorithm will contain nearly how many lines, students? 10 lines. For example, just like a procedure. So preparing a coffee means first take a bowl, then tea decoction, then put add sugar, like that. So you will write 10 lines. So how the process needs to execute, just in an order. First you need to take a bowl. That's the first one. First execute. Then add water. Then add sugar. Then pour milk. Isn't it? So that order. First 10 line means first the first line will execute. Then second line, third line, fourth. Likewise 10 line means first to 10 line need to execute in some order. So that we are called as a control flow. Okay, control flow. Sometimes the order will get changed. Okay, for example, you are writing some program, for that only I said. Okay, sometimes the order will not execute in the that means same order, sequence order. Sequence means first it will execute first, then second, then third, fourth, 5, 10. 10 line means the order as a 10 line it will execute. Sometimes it will not execute in an order. Okay, so you are writing some program, otherwise you are writing on algorithm. So your algorithm name called traffic signal. For example, I am telling, okay, traffic signal. So here traffic signal means three variables you can represent. What are they? Red, amber and green. So here I have represented only two variables. What are they? Red or green. So at a time any one of the light only need to blink. So listen carefully. If red color is blink, only the line, for example, first line is red, next then open brace, curly brace, then stop, third line, then fourth line green, fifth line. So listen carefully. Already I said some instructions if you are giving means it needs to execute in order. Some state, the state changes. Sometimes if the state changes means you cannot able to execute as the same order. For example, now red light is blinking. So which line needs to execute, students? Red light is blinking means red, first one. So first one is executing means what answer you will get? Stop. Whether the next need to execute green? No. Because red light is executing means only the statement given inside red alone it will execute. Next time you see. Now that your light is blinking is a green color. Green color means what's the statement you need to get the answer? Walk. If the light is blinking as a green color means whether red color, that line, red color, then open brace, stop, that line need to execute? No. So from the first line automatically it will skip to the fourth line. So now that is, so based on the state. So if the red color state is there means your first three line will execute. Next time green color state means the state changing from red to green. So which line? The fifth, sixth and seventh line will execute. So based on the state changes or based on the situations, the line will execute or the order of the line will get changed. That is called what? Control flow. Okay students. Okay, so remaining things you can continue in the next class. So what do you mean by control flow, students? Normally a algorithm will contain lot of statements or instructions. So that instruction need to execute in some order, maybe in a sequential order. What do you mean by sequential? First line, second line, third line, just in an order it needs to execute. Sometimes in some program or some algorithm the state will get changed. So based on the, depending on the changing of state, your order of execution also will get changed. Some situations you can execute in an order. Okay, some situations you cannot able to execute in an order. You need to alter the order. That means you need to change the order of execution. Okay, first it will execute at the first 5 lines. Then next time it will execute the last 10 lines, like that. Okay, so it will alter the, that is called control flow. Okay, in the control flow there are three different types of control flows are there. What are they means? Sequential control, alternative control and iterative control. What are the three things? Sequential, alternative and iterative. So these three things we are going to study detail in the next class. Okay, this already I said chapter 6, 7 and 8 is somewhat tough only, fully theory. So somewhat tough only. Okay, anyway you need to study. So what are things you have studied, students? Algorithm, Chamberlain's of Cromwell problem you have studied. Then what do you mean by data? Then what do you mean by variable? Then what do you mean by control flow? Okay, so today's study portion says data. What do you mean by data? Then what do you mean by variables? What do you mean by control flow? These three questions you should study thorough. Okay, what do you mean by data? What do you mean by control flow? And what do you mean by variables? Okay, students. So study well and take care well. Thank you. Thank you.